Welcome, welcome everyone. We are getting into late September here. I always know this whole month goes by so quickly. It just like, it to me has a very similar energy to June, although it's just kind of reversed, where June is kind of like, we're on a school schedule over here because my son's still in school, but it just all goes by so fast with so many things going on, whether you're finishing up things or starting things. And I think that's a good thing to think about in other aspects of life, like when things are beginning and ending, they can have a lot of energy around them. And so it can kind of take it out of you, but it also can make time just kind of fly by. So I am kind of surprised to be already into this late in September. I love September. There's a lot of new things, and there have been a lot of new things. And I adore that. I love kind of the freshness of it, even though like the season is going into fall. There's something, just really nice about the energy of this time of year. So, yeah, I'm going to be using up, I'm going to be using a lot of fall stickers up. I just looked at my stash. Next week, we're going to go right into Halloween stuff. I have a lot of Halloween stickers. I used up from Symposi Press, I used up my like bats and witches that I had from last year. I didn't get any more of those. So, but I got some other new ghosties and pumpkins and all that kind of stuff. So I am like set for the fall, but I'm really hoping to like use everything up. And so I don't know what I'll do next year. I'll have to kind of start from scratch, but that's good. I want to get through things. Yeah, and then probably after that, I really want to go through a lot of my Sterling ink stickers. Those have been kind of around. I never used my January from last year because I love them so much. I think those were my favorite of the whole year so far. So yeah. As I shared, I got my A5 Slim manager's notebook. I'm having ideas for that already. So I'm going to have a follow-up video for that somewhat soon. I need to kind of plan it out, and I'm glad I have like copies to kind of like go off of because I don't want to mark up the book yet. But yeah, no, I'm excited about that. I'm glad so many of you are enjoying that. Yeah, it got a lot more traction than I thought it would. I think it's just because it's one of the first out. I got lucky with shipping and ordering. I don't know. The stars aligned on that one. So yeah, I'm going to use these, and this is getting to be the last of my... This is one of my favorite washi tapes from Laurel Denise. She does not sell this color anymore, as far as I know. If she does, I'm going to pick up some more because I use this so much. But yeah, I love kind of like the cinnamony brown, and then I have some of these. These are the three colors I have here, in case you're wondering. And I got these new... Actually, I should start with these. Probably put this down first on the numbers. These are a new from Dandelion Diaries. I just loved all the little, if you can see all the little stars right there. I did get my new phone, and I tried to do this with it. Like, that's a little too close. Here we go. There we go. We can see the detail there. Just sparkles, sparkly weekdays abbreviated, in case you want to order some. But I love these, and I'm going to be using those. And then I ended up picking 2 cards this week. So, well, they just kind of fell out of the deck. Both of them did. So I'm going to just use both of those. I'm just going to, I guess I didn't need to highlight the day of the week. I did, I go back and forth with... Well, sorry, I picked this yellow because it kind of matches the glow of this candle here, kind of like the candle I have. Some of the yellows here. And we'll have some kind of other oranges on here as well. But yeah, I go back and forth with translucent, like the washi tape kind. I'm trying to think, is it washi that she calls it? I know that's what Sterling Ink calls it, but where is my, there we go. Need my tweezers. Let's see if I can use my words today. It's been a little hard. I've been feeling a little off today. Something just feel a little off. Just, I don't know if it's my Crohn's or what, but just my stomach feels a little off today. Yeah, so what I like to do is have matte ones for anything I'm covering up. Although the clear ones I had before it wasn't too bad. I would just use some whiteout. But I wanted to just make it easier. Let's see. I'm going to try to... Oh, I like those a lot. I like how big they are with my... I did just go to the eye doctor. I don't have any like close-up vision problems. Mine is distance, so I am nearsighted. And ordered some sunglasses because I mostly use mine for driving. But every once in a while, let's see. I want to give this. It's okay. Yeah, I'm kind of looking on here. I'm like, how much should I turn these? This might be like, where is the baseline for the font? Is it just fun? Kind of freestyle. I think this goes up a little bit more according to what's on here. I'm kind of looking at how she hand wrote these. Yeah, I think that's super cute. Whoops. And I covered up the number a little too much there. Yeah, the 29th already, the 30th being the last day of the month. And on the 30th, I get my first infusion. Why does that look weird? I guess it's not. Of my new meds. I'm going to put this, let's see. I think I want to put it down at the very bottom because if I put it here, I don't think there's enough room. I could put something here and put something underneath, but I don't know. I'm still using my B6, which I'll get in a moment here. Give this a nice... nice cut edge here. I have been going to sleep a little late, and so I might want to track that on here. Like, it's sometimes past midnight, and I have been keeping my wake times. Usually it's 6:30. And so that's, yeah, it's not hitting my sleep goals there. I need an extra hour. So I want to track to see if I can have that as a goal this week to make that a little better on my body. I do find that, yeah, if I go to bed a little earlier, I sometimes wake up a little sooner, so it's not such a, like, immediate wake up. To me, that can be really hard. So, let's see. Here we go. Let's put the bigger things on here. I definitely want the deer here. And we have a lot of apples left, so... yeah. But yeah, that was my goal last week, to get my sunglasses ordered, because it takes about 2 weeks. And so it was nice to get that done. Still have not found some of our missing items, but I did find a missing item that I had been missing for a couple years. It was just a little container that I had that I was like, oh, I thought I had kept it. Then I thought it was gone. And then I found it again. So I really do feel like the key and the glasses are still here in the house somewhere. I do feel it very strongly. So let's hope. Let's hope. Put some leaves down here. Let's see. Kind of mix up the colors a little bit. Little pile there. We got 2 pumpkins, so let's do 1. The deer and the pumpkin. Actually, I think I want to do this here. We got 2 owls. Let's separate out the owls. Yeah, and these videos are just meant to first just get my planning done, but I like to share kind of what I've been up to, and I always love to hear what you're up to. If you guys ever if you guys want to share, I do love hearing about what you're up to. Let's see. I think I want to do it this way. Oop. And I think I want to put the lantern here somewhere. And then, so since this is a little blocked off, I'm going to be staggering my to-do list a little bit. So I'll have like a couple here, and then let's see, kind of going off a feeling here, and then here. There we go. We'll do something like that. And then I can always add more dots if I need them. I'm not sure where I'm going to write these. Yeah, because I did go right across the bottom there. But maybe I'll write them in the other one. It's okay. They're actually really short. So let me get my... I'm going to use this other one. Hours on here. School hours. And let's see. Oh, I did find out that they put me on a generic. I'm switching to Remicade for my Crohn's, and when I got the approval, I was like, that's not the name of my drug. And I looked it up, and it's just the generic, because it costs them like half the amount, and these are super expensive drugs. So I was just like, well, how biosimilar are they? And they are. There really hasn't been anything noted that they perform any different. So, crossing our fingers. Yeah, I haven't had this one yet. I've had Entyvio. I've had Stelara. They do help, but they're not helping enough. So I don't know how my body is going to react to the new ones. That'll be, I mean, it'll be a lot of rest. So I am going to try to get a lot done this next week, and then just kind of surrender to it. But I'll have to do, the schedule is 0, so the starting week, then 2 weeks after, and then 4 weeks after. So those are kind of the loading dose schedules. So October is going to be a little tiring. And then I have, mid-November. So like the first part of October, mid-November, and then after the holidays. So it times up pretty well, and I'm pretty happy about that. Because I've had it, I remember like taking Entyvio like right days before our Christmas celebrations. not last year, but I think the year before that. Yeah, the year before. And it was a lot. Like, I was pretty tired. So, and that was kind of when I was still just starting on that. And then I was rescheduling this has turned into a health talk. My shingles. We're carpooling all this week here, so that's what the CP is. And then I'll put dinners on here. Well, just where I'm going to put the dinners. I did see someone post in Sterling Ink about how people like meal plan and stuff, and I have shared this before, where I have like all of our meals like this, and I just kind of keep track of what we have on the sides and the bottom, and then have like little this is what the meals, and then I just fill it all in. Yeah, like I've been doing it for a while. So here's September, and then these are the ideas, and then I fill them in after. And then, oh, this is a Dandelion Diaries, one of her beautiful illustrations there, which is very similar to what we have going on. No books, but yeah, so I rescheduled my shingles because I'm like, I can't do a shingle shot right after my infusion. Like, that's going to be too much. And I can't do it right before the infusion either. So I found the beginning of December is a nice midway point. But it'll still take like 2 months after that to kind of fully be okay. I'm glad I have this on here because that's adding a whole lot to this. We do have our lawn service coming. Usually they come right around here. And then Tuesday, we have 2 things. We have yard waste and recycling. And I'll put 2 little dots here for that. And then I check in for our weekly kind of fresh items here, and then they arrive here. So let me get those put in. I'll just put lawn, and then did I say recycling? It's our alternative recycling. We had recycling last week. So yard waste and Ridwell, which is our kind of our paid for additional recycling if you're new. Yeah, let's see. I think that takes care of most of it. Here, I've been like just tracking like when I've been waking up. We had a rough start this morning. We had my alarm. Because I got a new phone, I forgot to turn off the alarms on my old phone. And I had been getting up last weekend for the new releases of things, both of which I have now, both of which were overseas. So it is kind of weird. They came on the same flights. I noticed they both went to Kentucky, which is a hub for like international stuff, and then they both flew out and then both came on the same truck. So it was kind of funny that the phone came China, Korea, Alaska, Kentucky, and then from Germany it was like from Munich and then around, and then it just kind of hopped straight to Kentucky. So it was interesting. It was fun to kind of watch those patterns. Yeah, and those were the ones I got up last weekend. Now, all my other, let's see, sorry, I'm stretching my back for a moment. As I mentioned, Sterling Ink, I ordered way later on Sunday, like it was midday. So some of those things will take, my A5 got a shipping notice. So probably by the end of the week next week. I'm hoping by the time I film, there is an A5. I got the compact, so it's not as thick as this one, but I still have a feeling I might be in a very similar layout here. And then Twine and Paper is coming. Those will be kind of like the last ones. So let's see. And I had let me swap these out here. And the question is, do I want to put some of these stickers here for the days of the week? I don't think so. So it says Duskmorn here because Magic the Gathering is having their new set come out. That's one of the nerdy things I like to do. So where? Oh, here it is. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else there is. This is kind of why I'm wondering about doing another live soon. I did a live when I hit 500 because it was pretty special. But I'm kind of, and then I did not do one when I hit 1,000, which was actually really special. Very, very special as well, because it's like, oh, you can get monetized. It's small. It's very small, but it's just kind of meaningful. And then I think I hit 15. I don't know where I am now. I just, so I feel like I should do another live soon because I would love to talk to you. It was really fun to do those. And I've been just kind of busy working on, just like a little, let's see if I can alleviate that a little bit. I've been working and I really hope to do some preview videos this next week because I think it'd be best to get those out before I get my new med. There we go. Let's see if I can just kind of flatten this out. There, that's better. Let's put some of these down. Let's put first our little highlights. It's kind of my habit now. I do like to do this. Let's see. And then orange. It's kind of a orangey color for the three top things. I haven't used this brown yet, so I did like it last time though. It's very similar, like these beiges. Oh, I did like it on here too. And I did order a new sweater. It didn't look like that, but I did order a sweater last time, this last week, and it's that time of year, you know? So let's put a few more of these on. I do like the owl up here, kind of watching over, and a pumpkin down here. Maybe I'll put some leaves like the other one because I got a lot of leaves here. We're going to use this up. Let's see. Kind of make a little bed of leaves down here and some apples. So I'm very glad, like I really love the typography and the feeling of this notebook a lot, and I'm just so happy to be using that in the coming year with the manager's notebook. I think I would have been really sad to not use a Papertess at all. There's just something really lovely about her designs that it just feels right. I don't know how else to explain it, but it is, I've talked about it, where the font and the line weights and just everything just feels like really, actually I think I want to do it like that. And then I am going to get my whatchamacallit, my health one here and use a few more of these. So let's use a bird. Let's use the red bird. the red bird. This is a cardinal. That is a cardinal. There we go. That feels a little better. And then let's write my categories. So I did get a new dentist. That's what I was going to kind of talk about. I have several times gone to our local city Facebook group and just searched up. There's always people recommending dentists on there. We've tried a couple, haven't really worked out. I've been with my dentist for at least 5 years, at least, minimum. I'm trying to think if it's been longer than that. And they do understand a lot, but there's a little bit, the last time I went, it just didn't feel right. So hopefully this new person, my husband is going to see them first, and he needs a crown or two put in. Maybe it's 2 now, because he had some emergency dental work over the 4th of July weekend. We ended up going to 3 different dentists. Finally got a root canal for him and he could sleep. He was just not sleeping at all. And I like how these are kind of laid out, so I'm going to just copy. Yeah, I've been buying some used clothing and things online, just to kind of like refresh my fall wardrobe. It's been really nice just to grab like just a couple little pieces, a sweater and a jacket kind of thing. And so there are a couple things coming in the mail. And then, oh, I put my things down here, and then we'll see. Oh, my meals I put down here. Let's see if I have, I like how there's a little bit more space. So let's do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Ooh, just enough. And then I like to put like the little check mark like right there, just kind of like, and then I'll put, yeah, meals here. And I don't like, whatever A5 planner I end up using, I'm not going to be writing it out twice. Like I'm kind of doing it here. It's just that it's 2 different books. And when you have 2 different books, sometimes you have to kind of repeat some things. So, yeah, I kind of wish there isn't... There was a couple candles on here. I think the candle from the other one brought in this like yellow color. Maybe I'll put like one more leaf over here after I do my weeks. But that's pretty much what I do. It's still very, very lovely. Again, my favorite color down here. Inside of my purse is like this. I have a shirt like this. Like, I love this color. This is more of a pink over here. It might be showing up a little bit more yellow, but it's not quite as orangey as these. So let's do that. And then I'll write the cards on there in a moment. I have a pen in each of my planners. So let's see, I need my whiteout first, because I white out this part. And as I mentioned in my in my Papertess video is like, I do, let's see, do I want to do yellows in here? I think so. I really do like how this has so much structure, because it just makes it so easy to set up all this information. Let's do that in yellow, but I do like kind of this taupey brown on the side. I'll bring that more in. I don't know. It's just a place to keep all my info. Let's put this beautiful color down here. I think I've had this one for It was, oh, what's her name? Laurel Denise is like, well, she started it pretty early. She had quite a few planners that she had a very small like amount that were going out because she was focusing on her jewelry. And then she like got really noticed 2 years ago, like the beginning of 22 or going into 22, like that time. And I think I got a 21 or a 22 is when I first got hers, and that's when I got this, so it's been a couple years. Let's put some leaves and a bird and an apple on. So let's have the little bird sit right here, and an apple for food stuff. And then all I got left are, oh, I got 2 apples. Let's kind of spread out these leaves because the leaves are going to start falling. There's some falling. I love like just noticing the beginning. I think I'll put this here. And I just try to stop, like, excuse me, this last week I saw like the school bus starting, like dropping off kids. This is when they were coming home. And I could see a few leaves on the ground. Let me move this up a little bit. And it was just like, I gotta remember this. Not remember it, I gotta just be here right now and kind of experience this. And it was really sweet to just kind of think about that. Should I do that? I think that's a little too obvious. Let's do one kind of right there. Yeah, I think I'll use these all up. Last one. Last one's very tiny. A little tiny oak leaf right there. Let's see, where shall you go? Kind of feel like there should be something kind of up here. Whoa, stuck to my... There we go. So that's all done. Glad to have that all used up. And then I'll write all my things on here. I'm not going to show that part, but this is all the color parts. And then next week, yeah, I have kind of written here. Actually, I go get my infusion and my husband goes to the new dentist. So we'll have a lot to talk about that day. I also did find out, like my previous, let's see. Get my individual ones here all stacked up. Oh, I was going to write the cards. That's what I was going to do. Okay. So these 2 cards. And then we have cups and candles. I folded this so many times I would not be surprised if this falls apart at some point. So let me just write these 2 right here and I'll be right back. Okay, so the 2 cards here, 3 of Candles is Embrace Magical Collaborations. And there's some beautiful leaves. Actually, those might be rose petals. Might be flower petals. And some rosemary. And then 10 of Cups, honor your familiar, I had trouble saying this last time I pulled this card. Relationships, like your family. Or your chosen family. So let me just highlight under these. I like to have that to kind of ground it a little bit. Like that. Actually, there we go. And And we'll see if I write a little bit. I could like squeeze them in over here or something. I'll see. I'll see how I feel about that. But yeah, like this yellow here is kind of like the glow of that candle. Love these. Love these. And you can see how clear it is from a distance. That's really nice. And then this one. And then this one. So as I was saying, I'm going to put some of this stuff away. I don't normally do this, but I did want to say my Entyvio infusions, like my shots were just nice and quick, right? You do that at home. It stings for exactly 1 minute and it's just gone, you know, like it's that quick. And then my Entyvio infusions were about an hour and a half because there was kind of some setup, and usually I'd have a lab drawn. I don't have any labs going into this one, but it's kind of like the setup, and then it's half an hour. They do like a quick flush, a half hour total, and then you come off of it. So it's like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes. And then if you're kind of new to it, they'll have you stick around for a little while. I was like, oh yeah, you know, my new one's here. It should take about half an hour, right? No. I might be there about 4 hours. So I have heard that the Remicade you have to give in 2 hours. You can't go faster than that, at least the first few times. I think when you get to number 4, you might be able to go a little faster with it if your body handles it fine. But this one also is like, I think they monitor for almost up to an hour, sometimes 2. It depends. Like I was reading in other countries. I think I read in like Wales was what came up in this. So obviously it's not here, but when they gave it there, they would like have people wait there almost an extra 2 hours. So I'm going to bring my laptop with some movies, some shows. So yeah, that's going to take a while. Yeah. And then I kind of lined up my mom, you know, doing some pickups and things, and just going to be resting that week. So those are my stacks. I hope you enjoyed. If you do find this useful and you're liking these, and you're going to be seeing a lot of these colors for the next 2 months, I am probably, well, Thanksgiving is late this year, but I also kind of feel like blurring from fall into winter a little. I want to see what that kind of looks like, or I might just do all oranges and yellows until the end of November and then do December. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of this color palette. So it may be kind of hard to tell between the weeks, but we got some ghosties coming next week. But if you like that kind of thing, like this on the way out, consider subscribing if you want to hear about some new things. Excuse me. I do very much want to release at least one new video next week, because I had to take it off of my planner that I was testing with. So it's sitting like right over here, but it's something that you can put into here. And I know I mentioned that last time, but I've been testing them more and seeing how they work. They've been printing pretty well. So it all depends on your printer though. That is something I cannot control, but it's also something that you could draw up in your planners as well. It's not something you have to buy, but I'm hoping to just provide some things that will help in different ways the community that we've been building here. So yeah, stay tuned to that. You'll have to subscribe to get notified of those next ones. So hopefully by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you'll have a video next week, and then my weekly plans. So take care, everyone, and I will see you then. Bye.